focus on electricity exchange. IEX reported a good third quarter, marked by 17% gain in net profit, and also volumes did see a bit of an uptake. We're now joined by Rohit Bajaj, the Joint Managing Director of the company. Hi, Mr. Bajaj. Good morning and good to see you. When it appears there are signs of a recovery in your numbers, so the street would like to understand on the volumes parameter first, what kind of a volume growth do you intend to end this year with? And what about FY26? Point number one. Point number two, what about market share? The street was a little bit nervous about you losing market share. You seem to be holding around 85%. Where's that number headed?
Yeah, hi, good morning. So you rightly said the volume picked up in this quarter. We have done well with 17% growth. But if you look at our 9 months number, we are 25% up in terms of overall volume. So certificate segment has been growing pretty well. Electricity segment has been growing pretty well. There were a couple of months where there was some slowdown because of some weather related event when the demand was not picking up. But on an average basis, for 9 months basis, demand is up 5%. And we are growing at a close to 25%. Going forward, we expect this trend to continue because 6 to 7% growth is what is being predicted for electricity sector going forward for almost next 4-5 years. This year, one good thing has happened. The prices have stabilized. We have seen 26% prices cut in Q3. And overall, if we look for 9 months, the prices have come down by 9%, by almost 16%. So as the prices are coming down, supply situation of coal is improving, imported coal prices, gas prices have stabilized. We foresee going forward, there would be ample supply available. And when we have more supply, there is tendency amongst buyer to switch their procurement from bilateral contracts to the spot market, which is day-ahead and real-time market on which we operate. So that way, we are hopeful that going forward, this trend will continue. Prices will be in check. Supply is going to be there. Coal India has increased their production by 6% this year, which is more than the overall demand increase or overall utilization increase of the coal-based plant.
Okay.
About market share, yes, we are at 85%. And if you look back, last couple of months, this number is even higher. But yes, after 9 months for this particular year, we are about 85%. And I must say we are in a sweet spot. There are 3 exchanges there. Real-time market and day-ahead market, which is our main markets, where we are getting almost 80% of our total volume from. There we are maintaining 100% market share, and overall it is at 85.
Okay, all right. Just a couple of quick counter questions then. So volume growth for the year, you're looking at more than 20%, right? For FY, you'll end the year with more than 20% for FY25. Is that correct?
Absolutely, because currently we are at 25. So we expect it to close the year 20% plus basis for sure.
And market share will gradually, since you're in a sweet spot, you will continue to gain by close to around 100 basis points on a quarter-to-quarter basis. Is that an objective that you'll have? And also just comment on the electricity demand. I'm looking at power demand. In January, actually, it's been quite subdued. How do you see things panning out?
Yes. So in power demand, we have seen weather patterns are playing very, very important role. So if we look back, Q1 particularly this year, demand increased by 11%. And the reason was there was this acute heat wave in the northern part of the country. If you look at the Q2, the demand increase was very subdued. It was just 0.5%. And the main reason was we had above average monsoon this particular year. And Q3, it started to revive. If I talk about November and December, in both the months, demand increase was close to 5%. And this month particularly, we are seeing 3.5% to 4% till now. But again, the reason is, if we compare with last year, winters are not so severe this time. And there is a winter load is not coming up properly. So it is not true reflection of the overall consumption, or you would say overall industrial consumption. This is more driven by weather pattern. And we expect going forward, let's say when the impact of weather would not be there, February, March are generally the months where we do not see neither heat waves nor cold weather. We expect these numbers to improve.
All right, that's a fair point that you make, that power demand is not a true barometer anymore for consumption, more so it is because of the impact that we have on the weather itself. But one of the most important things from an IEX shareholder perspective is what happens with market coupling. I mean, have you given your feedback to the regulator? Is it off the table? How are the tests doing?
Yeah, so as you may be aware that in the month of February, they came out with the order where they directed the system operator, which is Grid India, to develop a software in 2 months and then do the shadow pilot in next 4 months. This was very good move by regulator because they were very cautious. This involves market design change. and they want to be pretty sure about what would be the impact of this. So they have adopted data-driven approach. But so far, the outcome of the report are not yet released. We are not aware what is the final report or whether it has been completed or not. It is underway now. But one thing is sure, the decision would be taken on merit. Now, question remains, if the coupling is to be done for DAM and RTM segment, and one exchange has almost 100% market share, what sort of benefit it will accrue, and what would be the challenges? I think all these aspects regulator will look into before taking any decision.
By when do you expect the decision though? Because this is the sore point. People keep getting nervous every time there's some commentary on coupling. From a stock market perspective, the stock takes a hard knock. So by when should we expect some clarity on this decision, and how strong is the pitch? Because you're saying that if this comes into play, you're not seeing any big benefit for the end user. So So give us your comment on that.
So see, it is very difficult to say when it will be done. First of all, I think bigger question is whether it will be taken up. I think that decision will be done on the basis of this shadow pilot. And going forward, when the report will be made public, I think again consultation will be done. Because as I said, it is major change in the market design. And if you are doing that, you have to consult all the stakeholders involved. And as you rightly said, we have to see what sort of benefit it is getting. Because if everything is with one exchange,
right,
distributing it in three, it will not accrue anything. And then there are so many challenges involved. Very difficult to put anything on the timeline, but we expect that something should happen soon so that there is a clarity amongst everyone.
Yeah, we get your point on this one as well, though we will await clarity on that. Just a couple of words before we let you go. One is the growth in the REC business. You recently cut down commission for the REC certificate. So, what's the outlook out here? Are you looking at cutting down commission for power as well? And the IGX business, have you, any growth targets that you can give us for the IGX business over the next couple of quarters and the next year, if you must?
Yeah, so REC side, we have cut down the margin. We did that in the month of August. But the good news here is we are seeing huge volume growth because the prices of REC has come down. So the renewable purchase obligation, many industries are complying now. Many distribution companies are complying now. The compliance overall has increased. We are seeing close to 70-80% volume increase this year till now. And we expect this to go forward, even improve further because the year-end obligation compliance pressure would be there on all the participants. This quarter, we have seen good rebound in IGX numbers. IGX number, we have seen again very good growth, and we expect this trend will continue because prices have stabilized. In fact, it has come down to the level of $12 to $14. And going forward, as power industry will also start to buy gas, RLNG particularly, we expect some more action going forward. And as the infrastructure developments are happening, more and more PNG stations, more and more LNG stations are being created. So there is moving forward definitely great scope for gas exchange.
We appreciate you joining in, Mr. Bajaj, and giving us some clarity. Looking forward to having a chat with you sometime during the quarter. Don't let us wait till the end of the fiscal year so we can get an update with regard to all the issues we just discussed. Wishing you a good day ahead.